another great season from McKinney Boyd Broncos soccer team. For the boys, I'm joined by their head coach, Casey Osborn. And coach, a 16-win season, 5 losses, 2 draws overall, but 8-1-1 in district play to capture the 10-5 district championship. Overall, how were you pleased with your team's performance?
I thought we did what we needed to do to secure the first seed. I thought we played really well at times. I think we're coming together pretty well right now as we're into the playoffs, so excited about that. With this competitive district, I thought we did what we needed to do to secure that 1 seed and accomplished a lot of goals along the way, and hopefully we'll continue to improve as we go into the playoffs.
And arguably your toughest opponent in district play was McKinney. You guys finished 1-2 in district play, had 2 close games, a 2-1 victory the first time out, but you dropped the last game of your district play 3-2. Now obviously you had more of the luxury to rest some players and stuff, but against McKinney in those 2 games, what was that rivalry like?
Well, obviously it was a more intense ball game, and we stressed that to the athletes that it was basically a playoff game, and the intensity was high, the emotion was high from both sides, and McKinney's a very good side, and they gave us all we could handle both games, and we were fortunate enough to keep digging in that first contest at Boyd, and were able to break free on a couple of dead ball situations late in the game, last 4 minutes, and did well to execute those and got the W. And then we went to their house, and it was their senior night, and their seating was not confirmed at the time. Ours was, and you could tell that those guys were ready to roll, and they came out and really hit us in the mouth early and scored a great goal about 20 seconds in and really controlled play. And we didn't show up until the second half, and by that time you can't give a good team a 3-goal lead, and we tried to fight back, but I think it was a good lesson learned against a good side that you can't lower your guard. You got to go out and be ready to roll every minute, every game.
Yeah, definitely helped, and the entire district schedule helped prepare you for the playoff run that you've had. You had a 2-0 win over Richardson Berkner in the first round, scored in the 12th minute of that game, got another goal about midway through the game as well. How did that game, in your opinion, meet your expectations?
Well, before the game, we talk about insurance. You got to get one, hopefully in the first half, and hopefully as soon as possible, just to eliminate any, handballs or bad calls or just, unlucky situations that might result in a goal for the opposition. So was very pleased we got the insurance early, and it was a great finish by Ryan and a great setup from Pablo. And then at halftime, we were harping that, we have got to score another one because our defense has not been up to standard here lately. Hopefully we're getting there. And so everybody on the team knew that, if we got another one, it would go a long way in securing that we move on. And we did that in the 61st minute. And it was another play that was set up beautifully from Ben Gupton to Juan Moran, who played a great ball across that Connor Kennedy buried home. But I thought we answered the call to answer your question. I thought we executed the game plan extremely well. It was a good week of training, a good week of film, and the end result was positive for us.
We'll get to your next opponent here in just a second, but I want to talk about some of your players and overall their performances so far this season. Sul Yost is the guy that everybody really looks to on your team when your opponent's game plan. They want a game plan for him, and Ryan Trainer and Juan Moran really stepped up and provided that extra finishing that you needed.
Exactly, and it's nice to have a 3-headed monster as opposed to a 1-headed monster. As Sul has found out, he's getting a lot more attention from the opposition's defenders. He'll be man-marked the whole game, if not double-teamed. And Juan and Ryan are both great players in their own right, so if you leave them isolated 1v1, they're going to make you pay on the flanks or inside or wherever it may be. So it's really nice that the goals, Sul's got quite a few more goals than those guys, but those guys have proven they can execute, and they're going to, if they don't seek the attention from the opposition, they're going to make the opposition pay in goals.
Your defense, as you mentioned earlier, you have a really great defense. You have a lot of talented players that are going on to play in college here in the future, but they've sort of, towards the end of the year, started to give up a few more goals. What do you need to do to tighten that defense up?
Well, it's been all year. It's kind of been our Achilles heel because we pride ourselves on defending here, and we have really good defenders. William Wigington was sophomore of the year and the first team all-district selection, and he would have been defender of the year last year if it wasn't for Dylan Farrell, who was defender of the year. And those guys know exactly what to do within the system. And we got Jared Semank on the right side, who is a veteran and is so athletic. And we got Connor Kennedy, Blake Bambico on the left side. So it was just, I think a lot of it was confidence of communication and role setting, which was kind of a shock to me because we didn't change much of anything in the back. And so we've been really just drilling over and over experience situations with 2v2 zonal defending and really harping on communication and knowing your roles and communicating those roles. And hopefully we got the shutout the first round. We can eliminate some of those goals, or even chances going forward, because at this point in time we really have got to hammer down defensively.
Yeah, that shutout in the first round, certainly a positive sign moving forward for your defense. And offensively, you mentioned to me earlier, you really get goals in a variety of ways. It's not necessarily just the tap-ins up front, and you're certainly a team that is a great free kick team, very specialized with those situations.
Yes, sir. It's a nice luxury to have, and it's a credit to just having good players on the field, because a lot of the guys in the attacking positions can make plays, and they do that. We pride ourselves on set pieces, and we train on set pieces and big throws and corners, and I feel like we're very organized in attacking and defending on both of those. So we set goals really through each phase of the attack, whether it's scoring on set pieces, corners, outside the 18, with outside backs, with crosses. These are all goal items that we strive for at the beginning of the year. And to this point, we've accomplished every single one of them, so we had to reevaluate and put the bar a little bit higher. But you're exactly right. It's not even a problem. It's just a great situation for us to be able to score in a variety of situations.
And not every team has the ability to do some of those things. You play Mesquite Horn in the second round of the playoffs. They came out of a game against South Garland the previous round. They had to go to double overtime before they clinched it 5-3. What do you see from Horn? You play them early in the year in a scrimmage, so you are familiar with them.
Horn is a well-coached team, and they're a talented team, very athletic. They got some kids that can run, and they're kind of a mix of possession, but more so direct, in my opinion. And they look to get forward pretty quick, and they got some kids up top that can move, and if you give them time and separation, they can definitely make you pay. All in all, I think they're a good side, and we're going to have our work cut out for us on Thursday.
What's the one thing about your team that has to go right throughout the playoffs if you're going to make a run back to the state championship?
There's several factors. We got to stay focused, take each game at a time, one game at a time, execute in those games, keep our heads so we continue to have the players to the next game. Do the little things that identify us, the air battle, the 50-50 battles, the effort battles, make sure we win those, and hunker down defensively, strong defensively on set plays, first-time clearances, and above all, it really comes down, I think, to execution. The chances that we're going to get, they're going to dwindle with each round that we move on to, and it's important that we make the best of those chances and execute.
Coach Osborn, it's been another great year for Boyd, another district championship. But of course, all your focus right now is in the playoffs, trying to go as far as you can. Good luck to you in the rest of the
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
That's Casey Osborn of McKinney Boyd. The Broncos, the winners of District 10 5A. They're in the second round of the playoffs, taking on Mesquite Horn. That game is, well, I don't have it listed on my schedule. What time?
Thursday at 7:30.
Thursday at 7:30, taking on Mesquite Horn.